on Squirtle as long as you can. I think that you hold it until you're at about 100% or higher. Like, if you have to switch, I would say wait till 100% or higher. Otherwise, try to force advantage and just go for ledge traps. Like, you don't have to get the edge guard.
And I think it's also, too, it's just like, Ivysaur and Charizard's mobility is so much, like, worse than Joker's that he was trying to run circles around him as soon as that Ivysaur came out. So, because Solow would get these really solid early percent leads, like with the Squirtle early in the stock, but then he would immediately give that up as soon as Ivysaur came out. So maybe we'll see that adjustment here in this game too. That's gotta be hard though as a Pokemon trainers. It's like you're not even counting a character, but you have 3 characters in one, so it's like you have to make those small adaptations.
Right.
And I feel like there ends up being like a lot of second guessing there.
Right. I agree with that. And Squirtle being such a small body, very difficult to combo unless you get a grab, and so that's why we see Solow just constantly jumping, not going for that like traditional grounded pressure with down tilts, dash attacks, and grabs on Squirtle. Oh, almost a big tech chase, but that's going to be a big tech chase, actually the opposite direction. Solow's got Wisteria off stage.
Oh, wow. Wisteria missing the tech again.
That's rough. You can't miss those. That's pretty much the entire advantage that you could have gotten back with Arsene, gone.
And something that every player should be practicing is just, if you're off stage and you're potentially like going to be hit with an edge guard like that, holding down because you don't hit the stage as quickly and it increases the tech window. So you can definitely live those situations even at those higher percents, but Wisteria doesn't look like he's necessarily privy to that. Now he's down to full stock here in this game too.
That's rough. Massive stock advantage here too. And the fact that we're sticking on Ivysaur just shows like so much comfortability, but with Arsene out, the edge guards are actually just a lot more possible.
Yeah, we're going to see that downer come out, not quite going to take it, but Arsene already gone just off of that one ledge trap and edge guard, and grappling up's not going to connect. I don't know if that was like a lost the jump and then it doesn't connect issue.
It was an accidental tether cancel.
Okay.
I assume it was accidental anyways, because it got the lift on the first one, it did connect, and then it just disconnected. So I had to have been a tether cancel.
Yeah, the tethers can be kind of wonky. That was one thing I always found awkward when playing Joker, but like, now we're in a situation very, very different from that game 1. Where it's pretty close from start to finish, but Solow having a humongous lead here, 3 stocks to 1.
Yeah, all off the backs of staying on Squirtle a little bit longer on that first stock and forcing as many advantage states as you can. I think that was fantastic. That just the thought process was a great play here. 1 stock evened up, but a big hill to climb.
I also feel like Solow's done a better job of like initiating in neutral versus letting Wisteria come to him and initiate with Joker's buttons. He hasn't let him put on that same kind of pressure that we saw in that game 1, and now Wisteria is struggling to get anything going here off stage once again. Solow's just been aggressive and harassing him consistently when he's off stage.
This is the big adaptation from game 1. The fact that with all of those offstage edge guards opportunities, Solow did stay on the Squirtle the whole time. The only reason the Ivysaur swap came out is because he didn't want to get edge guarded, and Ivysaur's recovery is a little bit more reliable.
And here we go. Ivysaur has plenty of, I was going to say plenty of, great. He did it,
he teched it.
He teched that one? That's the one he teched?
Oh my goodness, but Arsene being out off stage is not a great spot. 143% is a lot of rage, but you don't have nearly enough damage without getting a deep, deep edge guard.
He gets the snipe through the stage. Love to see, like, typically see that on PS2, but he goes for it there as well and just goes just over the ledge and probably did the beefy up B there.
Yeah, the planking Vine Whip. 3 times that came out, by the way, and for whatever reason, Wisteria just said, you know what, not going to do it again, right? No shot.
In fact, there was a shot.
All right, so great adaptation from Solow. Just running it back, small battlefield was the right choice. There's no issue with that. It was just about how you played the matchup. Sticking on Squirtle for a lot longer, forcing advantage, continuing to jump so that Wisteria's only like reliable way to rack up damage on Squirtle is with a grab. Your air-to-airs aren't going to be good enough to beat out Squirtle, and your ground game sure as hell isn't going to be good enough to beat out Squirtle. So stay on Squirtle as long as you can. Go for ledge traps and then constantly rack up that damage. When Arsene comes out, sure, switch to Ivysaur, but otherwise, there's no reason.
Yeah, he just did a really good job of changing the pace there in that game too and setting his own pace. And now we're going to see similar layout, but with that extra platform on the top. Joker has definitely loved this stage. Just gives them a lot more options for platform movement and get those confirmed to drag downs, but not the biggest change of scenery. So it's like, you did win game 1, so now it's just a matter of can you adapt back and, also, this is all best of 5. I just remember. Woo! So I was like, I thought we were like, in a final last game scenario, but no. All best of 5 here today at Saturday, saving for Golden. So we still got a bit to go here on this set.
Yeah, absolutely. Good wall drag there to keep Wisteria alive, but you have to do it again. The counter is so risky, and that is probably going to be the stock. Oh, just a little bit too slow to the draw. Couldn't re-jump fast enough.
Bit of an execution test there with those down airs, a little tricky to time, and now Solow reversaled here off stage and having to deal with this Arsene in the corner, but great rising nair off the ledge just to immediately sap out the rest of that meter.
I like waiting out the Rebel's Guard, but holding the Rebel's Guard was Wisteria, thinking that after 2 you're safe, but if you've learned anything from the last game, Solow's going for a third every time.
You also got a bit of that end lag there too on the release of the Rebel's Guard where he couldn't move, so Solow's right under him like, okay, here comes another one, I guess. Now just staying on the Ivysaur here. The Ivysaurs look better and better as this set's gone on.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Getting more comfortable and neutral. Oh, these lingering nairs have made it difficult. Just such a big hitbox for Joker to deal with.
And I think the key is that you have to be ahead for that really to be functional. If you're behind in any case, or if you're in disadvantage, obviously it's just really difficult to play Ivysaur offstage against Joker. But yeah, keeping that advantage, switching to Ivysaur is great. Almost
did make it back.
Little worried there.
And yeah, Ivysaur coming back out. I love the preemptive up B there, but getting hit by so many of those downers at the ledge. And now he is the one in advantage here, forcing. He gets to deal with Charizard in the corner now. How are you getting off this ledge? But he rolls on and reinstigates, but still solid lead here. Slowly but surely slipping away from Solow. Great damage coming out for Wisteria.
That was a great jump air dodge right there to keep it neutral instead of getting a disadvantage. But that's a very nice forward tilt. What's the edge guard? Is it fair? No, going for a nair does interrupt the tether a little bit more reliably, but difficult to do on Charizard here.
And Wisteria is starting to get privy to these edge guards too. You're seeing Solow go off them a little too preemptively, and Wisteria is changing his recovery routes, but no recovery route change is going to change you from a Charizard back throw.
Yeah.
And now Solow up here again in this game 3. Pretty healthy lead on the Squirtle here, just trying to rack up that early percent.
Yep. See all this jumping right here that you don't normally see in like a Squirtle v other character matchup, but getting a good grab opening, that's a great conditioning game. Having to switch to Ivysaur means that you are going to get comboed down. Great drag down up smash.
And I love the changes that Wisteria does to his Joker combos. Like, you'll see a lot of the, drag down, bear, up smash. He finds ways to extend them on the platforms and make sure he's picking the right finisher to finish his job. Like, saw the up tilt in that first game, getting the extension on the platform there with that up smash. Like, he finds ways to make the most out of Joker's advantage state. Yeah.
When you have all the tools in the world available to you, like, honestly, both of these characters do, but it's a little bit more segmented for Solow. When you're playing as Wisteria's Joker right here, you have to be ready to use any and every option available in your absolutely wide toolkit.
Yeah, and now we're going to see here, does Wisteria get access to one more Arsene before he loses his stock here? That meter is at a little under half health, and now he's starting to find some good damage here. Yeah. We do see the switch to Ivysaur, just using that get off me nair. That's started to give him more and more knowledge as the set's gone on, but I think Solow's just trying to finish the job here before this Arsene can come out. Yeah.
Oh, couldn't quite combo off of it, not high enough percent. That bounce isn't going to quite do it. That was a risky get-up attack, but nothing doing. Arsene just a tick away.
Yeah, I bet this is going to come down to Arsene versus Charizard here. That Arsene about to pop here, and here comes Charizard.
Oh. 2
walking kill move characters right now. Who's going to get that decisive hit?
I think it depends on how aggressive Wisteria goes on shield. That's assuming that Solow can get back. Oh, far enough with the Flare Blitz. Grab. Yeah, don't go for aerials on shield. It's too unsafe. Wow. Going really deep.
Okay, looking for a lot of these quick tilts from Charizard will do it, but that jump over back air, gonna take it. Wisteria going up in this best of 5 set 2-1.
I think that was a nice bit of conditioning. The entire time that Arsene is out, Wisteria did not bother to use any aerials on shield or go aggressive, just kind of playing around gun and like some nice spaced options. And then Solow, feeling a little bit more comfortable in that moment, wasn't fishing for, up smash out of shield or anything like that on like an unsafe nair or something like that. Then Wisteria reversals off the ledge back air to get the quick kill.
Yeah, I also just like you said, he was mostly staying in front of his opponent too. Like, he really wasn't going for cross-ups.
True.
So I doubt that the cross-up back air was in the mental stack for Solow. And that pulling that out exactly when he needed to take that game and put himself up in the set.
So what do you think? We were going back to small battlefield here. Do you think that the stage was the biggest reason why Wisteria was able to come back on that one? Or do you think there's a different piece of adaptation that both of these players are looking out for?
I think the biggest thing how Solow was able to win that game too was he was getting so much mileage off those stage fight edge guards that he just was not getting in that last game. Like Wisteria is getting privy to it, and they're getting a little too telegraphed. So Solow wasn't stealing out stocks as efficiently as he was in that previous game. So now he has to kind of mix things up now and find a new way to steal out these stocks. Starting to see the Charizard already come out, which obviously nowhere near killing anytime soon, but just trying to continue to mix up that game plan. But that back air will kill soon.
Oh my goodness, so deep. That was a little bit dangerous. The Flame Breath is going to keep Solow at bay, or Wisteria is actually the one dying here. Solow's up a stock.
And it knows that Solow really likes to have a different Pokemon star in each game. Like game 1 was very focused on Ivysaur. Game 2 was a lot of Squirtle. Now we're seeing the Charizard come out early and getting him this early lead.
Do you think that there's a piece of this where Wisteria is so focused on how many tools and the different options that he's got to focus on that he's not able to autopilot as well against Solow, mixing up frame data on every different character?
I think it's just hard. Like it's the same as like people that are big counter pickers and then they're switching characters between games. That can put a lot of pressure on someone who's playing the same character the whole time. But footstool, that'll take the stock, and I would go back to Squirtle. So it's just like having to consistently mix up your game plan, doing with those characters can put a lot of mental stress on your opponent, and it's been working out for Solow.
This is definitely advantage state of the game right now. We saw at the end of last game a little bit more conditioning and neutral play, but right now it's just who can get an advantage state and then who can hold it, because as soon as it's neutral, it's not. They're just scrambling constantly. Yeah,
there hasn't been a lot of defensive play in this set. Been pretty up in each other's business the entire set here. And getting up in his business on this edge guard once again, but getting on immediately. The ledge trapping just really hasn't been there for Solow for the most part in this set, so that's made it hard for him to hold advantage when he's not getting his edge guards. So Wisteria absolutely making the most of that, but he is off stage here once again. Will we see the Nair? Not quite.
I think he can afford to go a little bit lower as Solow, but I think he's afraid of getting reversaled and giving Wisteria stage position.
I think you can take those risks, but getting that up air, taking that stop, but like you can definitely, when Arsene is not on the line, you can absolutely take those risks. Like that's when it gets scary, but not as scary as that forward smash.
That was a great tech chase there. Not going for the jab lock reset because I don't think he was prepared for it, but understanding when the jab lock misses, you have to expect the tech. And tech in after ledge pressure is just so obvious.
Yeah, we've been seeing that a lot from both players in this set off these tech chases, like the tech roll in, either missing the tech or just tech rolling in. So that's been something that they've both been privy to for both of them. Yeah. And now, after Solow had a pretty solid lead to start the game, he is down a little bit here on this last stock. But we'll see who can take it here. Will we see Wisteria clean this up game 4, or will Solow be able to come back? But in a bad spot here with a full meter of Arsene to deal with while he's at the ledge. Barely escapes.
A lot of pressure here. The Nair can be very useful, but getting Wisteria off stage is kind of the key. If you're just playing as Ivysaur right now, trying to set up an offstage scenario, Wisteria is only going to be fishing for aerials or spaced options. But a nice grab. This could be it.
Yeah, just not. Like I said, the edge guards just aren't there at this point in the set for Solow. But he's still in this. He still has the stock. Has to avoid.
No way. Oh, I thought that was the drag down. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the great read on the roll in there with the fair, but now it's Solow just seems like he just does not want to switch to Charizard here.
No.
So that's going to make it hard. He's getting a lot of mileage off these back throws, but he just cannot finish the stock. Great low recovery from Wisteria.
Wisteria has a lot more time to do that than Solow does as well, with how early Solow's going off stage and how quickly Wisteria can just reset it. But now off stage, big situation here.
That back air will take it. Wisteria going up, taking that set 3-1 over Solow.
I love that last piece of ledge trap.